Hey everyone, it's Will here with Flow Trade Effects. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a new video for the self-study series. This video we're actually going to be speaking about how to get the most out of your demo trading. Now, regardless of what stage of trading you are in, I would suggest to always just keep a demo account, just for the sake of tuning up your skills and for the sake of saving your capital. And then when it comes down to being able to backtest or forward test maybe new strategies or methods that you're looking to experiment with in the market, I would suggest to do it all on a demo account. And I'm going to explain why and how to do that in this specific video. Now, when it comes down to demo accounts, most people look at them as throwaway accounts, things that you don't necessarily need to put too much of your real effort into it. Most people see demo as like a waste of time, as if they're only wasting their good trades, and the bad trades they just see as like they don't exist. And that's, I think, why when it comes down to demo trading, you get this, it has this bad rep for like, on the positive side, it reinforces our confidence, of course, but on the negative side, it doesn't do anything for us to make us improve because it's easy to excuse it and say, oh, you know what, this is just demo. It's not real money, so it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, you're only going to get out what you put in. And I think that's true for a lot of things, but since I trade specifically and I also skateboard, as you can always see, there's a skateboard in my background in my videos all the time. And it took me a lot of years to learn how to do certain tricks on a skateboard and to be comfortable, like just maneuvering in any environment, whether it's a skate park, or a street environment, whatever it is. Like I had to build that comfortability up. Now I think it's the same for the market. You know, um, it's just one of those things where it's okay to take your time and learn and get to the point where you want to get to in time. But specifically when it comes down to like demo trading, it's where you can take those falls. It's where you can wear your pads and your helmet, and where you can work on getting your skills right. If we're thinking about it in terms of still skateboarding, you know. But it's definitely very useful, and it's about what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So one one thing that I have pulled up here, aside from the active trade that I'm currently in, this is for the Euro CAD. I just want to display the two markets back to back. And here we have one platform, and then we have another platform here as well. Same exact pair. I'm going to go ahead and cycle through them one more time. As you can see, the same exact pair, same exact structure. One of these is live and one of them is a demo feed. Both of these are the exact same market, as you could tell. There's no difference. I mean, some might have a little wick in one place where another might not have a wick, but for the most part, it's all the same. So when it comes down to setting your stop losses or setting your profit targets, all of that is going to be market structure, and it's not going to differ from broker to broker. All the feeds are going to be the same. So if we're all looking at the GBP USD, for the most part, we're all going to see this level of support and resistance on the GBP USD, and this is going to be the same level of support we're all going to see. Now it's about your interpretation of that. Some people might not read this scenario in the way that I read this, or that we would normally read it according to how I trade, and I broke that down in several of my previous videos. But when it comes down to just being able to have the perspective to view certain things in a way that maybe somebody else doesn't, is the first thing that demo trading is exactly helpful for, because it allows you to sit here without the emotion of losing your actual capital, to sit here and look at the market and visualize the actual structure and not be afraid or get too emotional when it comes down to actually putting money on the line. Because as you'll learn, After watching a demo feed and a live feed back to back and being able to place your trades in both of them, you'll notice the only difference is you. You are the only factor that changes between your demo account and your actual live account. And it's about how you feel typically about what is happening. So a lot of people become really nonchalant and very stress free, like no anxiety involved when it comes down to trading their demo account. Whether they have a winning or losing strategy, most people will feel pretty confident with trading at any time, whether it's win or lose, especially on a demo account. But you put that same person on a live account, and all of a sudden, there is this paralysis to analysis that happens. I've definitely been there. I actually suffered it like extremely because for a long time, I just felt like there was this big difference between live and demo. And I felt like anytime I was on my live account, I would just clam up and I would just freeze because I was thinking about the money I would either be making or I would be losing, and it would just throw my whole psyche off, and I would just forget about all the technicals that I learned, anything that might have influenced my fundamentals or sentimentality as far as the market goes. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't just learn all this information over the last like couple years just to sit here and clam up like this. So I think when if you also had are suffering that or have suffered from that or have experienced it, and this doesn't matter if you're trading in foreign exchange markets, stocks, or Bitcoin, corn, like cryptocurrencies, doesn't matter. If you experience any type of paralysis to analysis when it comes down to actually putting real capital on the line or being able to follow a trading plan when it comes down to it on your live account, but you're able to do it on a demo account, that there's no difference between the feed. There's no broker that's hunting for your stops necessarily. I mean, like I just mentioned, the market structure is the visual of the market structure for regardless. Um, and if you go on TradingView, you can also view this, but I don't want to get sidetracked. Um, the market structure is the market structure. So if you're seeing a resistance area and I'm seeing a support area, there's likely millions of other people who are also viewing that same area. So if you view this as maybe a buy area and it's actually experiencing some form of resistance and it dropped, then it's not because the broker is against you. It's just because you may not have seen this for the move that it actually was. So it's wise to take some time on your demo account to not feel, maybe like you have to make money right now because the market moves in ways that are exponential where money can come and go at any given time, and it's like you might experience losses now, but your losses can be exponentially wiped away by all of your wins at a later time with the proper information and the implementation or with the implementation of that information afterwards. So it's just like it takes time to like get desensitized to like wins and losses in the market, especially when you realize like win rate and loss rate doesn't matter. It's about profitability over like the long term. So just know that it's like a journey and you're like trying to develop yourself as a trader. And like I would say the demo is the best place to get the real like in-depth view of yourself. Like obviously you need live accounts so that you can feel that, so you know what you're feeling and you experience those feelings, and then you take them to your demo accounts, and then you trade again, and then maybe you trade them side by side after a while, and then before you know it, you realize that it's all the same, and the only difference is the amount of money that you may real actually feel comfortable with. Now, there's times where I'm looking at my demo account and I might trade some lot sizes that are extreme. And I'm just like, wow, those are really big lots. And then if I were to do the same on my live account, I would feel maybe even more uncomfortable because I'm like, even on my demo, I'm looking at these numbers like, wow, that's moving pretty quick. Like you might see a number like use like a 20 lot and you see it move rapidly as opposed to like, on your demo account where you're just like, oh, you know what, I'll put a 20 lot. You might have $500,000 in your demo account. So, a 20 lot is no problem. You're trading with several 20 lots at that point, right? So it's just like, it's interesting when you think about it and how, like, we can realistically change the view of our minds with, like, just like a switch. It just, like, switches real quick. Like, how one moment we could be on our demo account trading extreme lot sizes and feel completely numb to it. and then be on our live account trading, you know, small amounts of money and be like completely staying up all night, gotta watch my whole account over it, you know? So it's just like I would say to get your the most out of your demo account, it's definitely gonna be helpful to utilize your screens side by side. So what I mean by this is have your live platform up and then have a demo platform up. If you have a live broker, more than likely they have a demo as well that you can open up with them. And if you're only on demo now, then it may be wise if you've been trading for a while, you got maybe a style or you've been following my self-study series, then it might be wise to open up maybe a live account and just even if you don't put the most amount of money in there, just put money in there so you can actually get access to their feed. Even if you're not trading, just so you can get live feed data from like the real market. I would say that might be very helpful just to be able to see. You're able to trade your demo based on the live feed data, then you can elevate to that level, you know. So I would say the first step and one helpful thing to do to get the most out of your demo would be to one, start a demo if you haven't. Two, if you have a demo and you don't have a live account, then also start a live account. Even if you don't put the max amount of money in it, or even if you don't put any money in it, some brokers might um, require you to put a minimum just to open the account in general. So, research that and figure out what you have to do. I don't actually have any to recommend at this moment specifically, nor do I have any referral codes to benefit from it. So, I just say do some research. But for most of you out there who do have a trading broker already, they should offer a in-house demo account that you can probably use. And it's one of the most helpful tools that I think a broker can offer to a trader is a demo account. And it's all about what you put into it because whatever you put into it, it's going to pay you back and it's going to give at least back to you what you put into it. But it's more than likely going to pay back tenfold. So, like, definitely get access to both a demo account and get access to both live feed data so that you can be able to view them side by side and realize that for the most part it's all going to be the same and just be able to view outside of that. The broker's not after you, they're not chasing you, they're not trying to take out your positions. There is spread fluctuations. I actually experienced a spread fluctuation while in this trade that you guys see right here. Like you can see the spread at the bottom, it fluctuates from, I believe it went down from 2 all the way up to 16. And like those things happen whenever there's like news releases that come out. There was an NFP actually earlier this morning. I think it was about 5:30 or so. And that's a non-farm payroll for people who don't know. But it's a really major news release. And the spread literally went from the 2 that it was all the way up to like 30 or 40. And that was while I was in a position. I was in another position also earlier. I closed that one out after like post news released. But definitely just noticed how the spread fluctuated in the middle of it, and it did it on both the demo and the live. So it didn't matter what like account you were doing it, you were still experiencing like high volatility market environments. So I would say that that was like helpful, and I'll point that out to note that like sometimes those things do happen, and even on your demo account, you're gonna still get a taste of what the live has to offer because there's things that will be unexpected, and you have to be able to both account for that stuff and be mindful of them. I completely forgot that NFP was today. Like I didn't realize it was Friday until I seen that happening and was just like, oh wow, it's Friday. The NFP is happening. um, Probably says a lot, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to make that little point and express that like that can also impact how you what you get out of your demo, like being able to take it more serious and be mindful about these types of things, and just even if you're not mindful, just try to stay aware of it at least in the background to say, you know what, this might be something that I could learn from. Even if I'm not able to profit from it, this could be a learning experience. So use your demo for it. There's nothing wrong with trading through a news release if you're on your demo to be able to experiment with how it reacts, to be able to see exactly how your position is going to fluctuate within a high volatility situation. I wouldn't suggest doing this on your live account without experience, but on a demo account, it's perfectly fine to try these types of things. That's where you can make your mistakes or where you can learn from these things instead of spending money. My first live trade that I placed, I just got funded. I just put like maybe, I think it was $500 into a live account. This broker doesn't exist anymore, and I swore up and down at that time that they were stalking my account trying to get me like out of my money for whatever reason. And I was like confirmed when I felt confirmed, at least when I noticed the broker wasn't around anymore. I was like, yeah, clearly they're shady. Point is, they weren't necessarily shady for that reason. I just was on the wrong side of this trade, and a news release had came out, and I literally lost my whole account in one trade. Literally, my first trade in my first live account, $500 gone that quick. I was, but it was crazy because I was up a significant amount of money, and then in that next instant, like I was up a lot of money, and I let it sit. And then I looked back at it and I was just like, damn, should I close it? Should I keep it? And I didn't realize like this was gonna be happening or the demo, like or not the demo, but that the news release was gonna be what was happening, like and what was gonna impact the market so severely. And that's like I mean, people talk about news releases, and even when I was a beginner, I still was in the group where I knew what news releases were because I knew where to find them. But I hadn't realized that that was gonna impact my live account that much. So, little story. So, if you are in a position where you might have just got funded and everything is good now, open up a demo account on the side, where you can start your, you know, at least taking your trades on that. And then you got your live account sitting there on the side. And then that's how you really get the most out of it because it doesn't cost you anything additional. It's only there to help you. Like you might feel as if you're missing out, but that's literally FOMO. That's a psychological thing that you have to get over to be able to elevate your trading. Like it's literally the fear of missing out. So if you feel like, oh crap, if I don't take this action right now and it goes my way, then I'm gonna miss out dramatically. And that fear of missing out on something that may or may not happen positively for you is what is going to cause you to create these r- random situations in the market where you might be either chasing price or hoping price may come back to you. And like those are two things you might not want to do because, like I mentioned in that example of my first trade on my live account, all going downhill. It doesn't take long and it's always unexpected. And if you can do anything to avoid it, such as like even doing it on your demo account first to try to like get the knowledge and then realize where you can learn after it, at least saves you some money. It would have saved me $500 had I known this back when I first started. But let's see, what else can I express to you all to get the most out of your demo trading? I would say actually use your demo. Don't be afraid to take trades. If it's not your style to get in and out of trades, then I'm not gonna go tell you to trade intraday if you're a swing trader. Do what you do, take your trades the way you trade. But if you're brand new to trading, by all means try different styles. You know, you can do some swing trades, you can do some intraday trades, you can do some scalps if you'd like. Use your demo though. That's where you can use your demo to figure out. And then after you've done a few scalps, you've done a couple swing trades, you've done a couple like intraday trades, then you can ask yourself like what felt most comfortable, like, and then journal that. Utilize that. And then another thing, one of the first videos I made actually was about how to get the most out of your trading and the secret benefits of journaling. Now, I would suggest to watch that video as well and use that in conjunction with your demo account so you could back test your demo. Like you could forward test your demo strategy or your strategy on the demo account. Keep the results in your journal as if it was a live account. Treat it as your live account. Like, like obviously learn the emotions of like, how do you say it? Learn to be emotional but not emotional. And that might sound weird, but like, don't cry over your losses. Obviously, you know it's not real, so you're not gonna get too emotionally attached. But like, take it serious enough to where you know you realize like, okay, I'm following my strategy and I'm losing. So like, let me figure out why I'm not. Why is that? As opposed to just accepting like, dang, you know, hey, this is demo. It doesn't. It's not real money. Let me just try again. It's just an unlimited slot machine. Let me just keep pulling that lever. Like, nah, you're not gonna learn like that. You gotta learn to be objective. I guess that's the word, the right word. I guess perhaps objective. Like, learn to be objective with your demo trading, even in your speculations. For a long time, I didn't even want to place a trade. Like I mentioned, I had paralysis by analysis. So I would be on my live account speculating like where I believe price would go, and I would use these same kind of lines that you would see here, and I would use those to mark levels. Those levels would either be like my stop loss levels, the areas which I found that price would probably retest and where I would like to enter from, and then my areas where I'm like, okay, this is where I would exit at or whatever. So I was pretty much mapping out the markets in my head or physically like in the chart in front of me, and then just waiting for the market to do what it's gonna do, come back either minutes later, hours later, whatever it might have been, depending on the time frame, and then just see if it worked out in my favor or if it didn't. And I would just keep that feeling. And then once I started seeing like on demo live, it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Like the market is gonna move the way it's gonna move. However, so it's just about you being in the flow of the market. That's kind of where Flow Trade Collective comes from, or Flow Trade Effects, because I trade mostly foreign currencies, so I just that's where the FX comes from. But yeah, it pretty much just like it's just supernatural. You know, it really comes from a supernatural place, and like you just got to find what's comfortable for you. So demo is a great place to do that. I would have never found my trading style if it wasn't for demo accounts. So I would suggest do not sleep on demo accounts. Do not just write them off as if they just don't matter, and don't just feel like as if they're some insignificant you know, just data feed that you can't benefit from. Like they do it for a reason. Like get good with this, get real nice with it, and you'll realize that it's the same exact thing. And if you're at that stage now where you're good at demo trading, but once you get to your live account, you start to, you know, your results start going a little different. You're in an excellent place right now because I was in that place for a long time. I was actually there, and I would realize that, you know what, I think it's me. It's not the market. It's me. Like I would be doing well on my demo account. I might get a good streak, you know, go on like a couple days where I see profitability, and then I figure, you know what, time to get on my live account, and then I might take some losses, and then feel like, oh wow, I just lost some real money. I thought I was winning, and then you start to feel that way, and then you realize like, ah, shoot, maybe I should pull back, or maybe I should start trying to do something different. And that's especially if you don't keep a journal and you're not consistent with your approach. You could be easily swayed by losses. I believe there's some type of scientific study out there that says humans are not like humans are impacted more by negativity than we are by positivity. Now that's probably why the news is constantly so negative as opposed to like saying positive things. Like, so if that is the case in the news and why they do it, then in your trading results, it would probably make the same sense as why when you lose a certain amount of money, you always emphasize probably the loss as, oh wow, I lost 500 bucks. That 500 bucks could have been this bill, that bill. It could have been, you know, groceries for 2 months. It could have been like whatever it might have been. And you start to like really rationalize that instead. And then while when we win, instead we might look at the win as like, ah, wow, I only won this much, or like, dang, the market went even further. I wish I would have stayed in longer. And like those are things that are just like those, even as a win, like how can you glorify your win if you're talking down on it like that, you know? So like if you're in that space where like, you know, you take a win and you can't really appreciate the win, you got to recognize like you still won. And like on a demo account, it's especially easy to feel this way because you're not actually getting a payout. You didn't actually get the withdrawal. Like you ain't taking no money out. So like you're not gonna get that feeling of like, oh, great, this paid off. But there's a thing called instant gratification and delayed gratification. And if you're able to like truly, truly, truly put in the work and like truly try to like learn the art of trading, um, I believe you're able to delay your gratification until you reach that point. The rewards will become exponential, and you will definitely be able to, how do you say it? It'll definitely be worth it because it's going to be a skill that sticks with you forever. Like you can't forget this stuff, and it like the market doesn't change. Like you guys see my videos, so like you'll see like it's going to keep repeating over and over. Like maybe in different ways. So that's why it takes skill to like recognize when it's occurring, but it's mostly about the same thing. So you take some time, take some L's, learn it, use your demo account to like try to speed up your learning curve so that you're able to like feel what it feels like to win and lose and recognize what it takes to win and recognize why you're losing and then document these things along your journey. And then, of course, you can reference my videos for little things along the way, but being able to personalize your journey along the way is what's really going to elevate you to like that next level for sure. And it's like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, what you put into it is going to be what you put out. Like in life, and a demo account, which is just a smaller simulation of your life and decisions that you would make, it's just like what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I would say definitely get access to demo feeds if you're not currently if you don't currently have access. TradingView is a great place to start because you don't even need to actually log into it. You can make one TradingView account and have access to a paper trading account already. And I'm not affiliated with TradingView. I have a TradingView account. You guys can follow me on there at Low Trade FX. But my main emphasis is that you guys can get set up with TradingView account and have access to technically multiple brokers instead of just one because you can go on a TradingView chart and actually select for whatever pair you're currently trying to view. Say it's the Euro USD, and you can see every broker that offers the Euro USD pair, and you could pull up any one of their charts and you could just start observing each of their charts to see if they all match up, which ways they might differ, like which candlesticks might look a little bit different, where there might be a wick, where there's another body, like just kind of you could look at those types of things, and those will even get your eyes kind of tuned in to like being able to recognize what it is you're trying to recognize. Now, I really hope this video was helpful. I did try to put a lot of information into it, so it might be helpful to watch this video again. Um, when it comes down to it, though, just always be mindful that demo trading and live trading are going to be different, mostly due to the psychological aspect of it. Now, when it comes down to commissions or the actual finances, those are absolutely going to be different and they're going to impact the bottom line of your trades. But when it comes down to being able to execute your trading strategy profitably, if you have a profitable strategy on your demo and you actually have a strategy and methodology that you follow time after time and time, when you have that and you take it to your live account, it's going to be able to perform the exact same way, and you can back test your results and then forward test your results using demo accounts and live accounts, and then you'll see the results also correlate. So just keep in mind that that might be a big difference at first psychologically to adjust to when you're actually really making money or really losing money. That is actually going to make a difference. But when it comes down to it over time, once you are able to desensitize from that and you're able to tap into really what's going on at play, you're able to view market structures for what they are and then be able to catch the flow of the market when it's time to, then you're going to be able to recognize and appreciate all the work that you actually put in from your demo. And it's actually going to be something you can look back on and be like, great. And if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything, you can drop them below. Reach out to me. If you guys like this video and you want to get some more updates from my new content, definitely I would suggest subscribing. And yeah, if you guys want to follow me on TradingView or just get set up with a TradingView account, I would suggest going over there. And my TradingView again is Flow Trade FX or Flow Trade Collective. It's probably going to be actually under Flow Trade Collective because I haven't been able to change it. Um, at any rate, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay healthy, stay positive, stay profitable. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.